Hello everyone, this is Yoko. In this channel, I will be sharing information in English that I have gathered myself, as events occurring in China may not be widely known in other countries. I gather information from multiple sources, so I would be delighted to receive your comments on the content of the videos. If you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to the channel and providing your support. Firstly, I would like to introduce a topic related to passenger planes. Recently, there was a fire incident involving a passenger plane in Japan. However, all passengers on the plane were able to evacuate safely, and it is considered a miracle. The operators of the aircraft were skilled, and the passengers handled the situation calmly, believed to have contributed to the favorable outcome. Therefore, in addition to the regular training of airline staff, the level of awareness and cultural understanding among passengers is also crucial. In the midst of this, an unbelievable incident occurred in China on December 30th. On the evening of December 30th, an event took place on a flight departing from Beijing, where students were on board. A particular man with a first-class ticket appeared, accompanied by a child around 2 years old. He had also purchased a ticket for the child. Presumably, this individual was affluent and had brought a nanny to take care of the child. However, the nanny's ticket was for business class. Before takeoff, the child started crying. In response, a male passenger offered to bring the nanny from business class to first class to sit with the child, but this violated the rules. The crew refused, and the man threatened the crew with his smartphone camera, causing a commotion. This argument continued until around 1:30 a.m. Eventually, the police were called, and the man was taken away. As a result, the flight was significantly delayed. The company attributes the delay to the man's disruptive behavior, but it is speculated that the actual cause was a dispute over first-class seating. Adhering to established rules is crucial in public transportation. In emergencies or situations where one person inconveniences everyone, it becomes not just a nuisance but can potentially pose dangers, especially in settings like airplanes. Instances of delays and other issues arising from individual troubles are not uncommon in Chinese flights. While there are discussions about mutual understanding and international exchange, individuals with such backgrounds coming to Japan may make selfish demands, such as wanting to escape or be prioritized in case of accidents, potentially causing serious problems. This emphasizes the importance of not only regular training for passengers but also cultural awareness. There is another topic I would like to discuss, which may not be well known in Japan, but it is an important issue with emerging new information. According to the Nikkei, a significant issue has arisen concerning the bankruptcy filing of Zhongzhi Group, a major asset management conglomerate in China, and the acceptance of its application. The reported debt exceeds 4 trillion yen. However, this is not just a mere asset management company, it is part of a large corporate group involved in various activities. The entire Zhongzhi Group is considered to be in debt exceeding 4 trillion yen. However, accurately understanding the number of included companies and the total asset value is challenging due to the vast number of companies involved. Currently, in China, various asset values, including real estate and stock prices, are declining daily. Amid ongoing stock market uncertainties, each company within the Zhongzhi Group is facing the challenge of determining the actual value and worth of the assets they hold. This is not something that can be expressed solely through accounting figures, and when combining the figures of each company, the estimated total debt surpasses 4 trillion yen. In reality, the situation may be even more complex. Well, regarding the impact if this conglomerate goes bankrupt, some parts of this conglomerate are involved in activities where they collect money from many people for management. However, this doesn't mean that the money collected will completely disappear. Since many companies associated with Zhongzhi Group are part of this conglomerate, there is the idea of selling them off and gradually repaying the creditors. However, this process would take a considerable amount of time, and there's a possibility that even selling everything might not be sufficient to cover the total debt. With the reported debt exceeding 4 trillion yen, those who invested are likely to face significant difficulties. Even with growing concerns about the stability of Zhongzhi-related businesses, there hasn't been a significant impact on foreign stock markets. It seems that individuals with substantial wealth and companies with surplus funds within China are the ones investing in this conglomerate. As a result, this issue has not spread internationally. However, domestically in China, there is at least a concern of over 4 trillion yen in Japanese yen, and wealthy individuals who thought they had a certain amount of assets are facing substantial reductions. Additionally, given the rapid decrease in asset values in China, the daily amount that can be recovered may also be decreasing. In this situation, it is believed that the available funds for recovery are decreasing unless the companies within the group are quickly sold off. It remains to be seen whether Chinese companies will actively move to acquire these businesses. Personally, I believe that the actual situation could be even more complex than simply having a debt exceeding 4 trillion yen. Notably, the companies included in Zhangzhou businesses are diverse, involving not only asset management but also various others such as those engaged in mining and coal businesses. For example, these may be observed in regions like Inner Mongolia, Shanxi Province, Yunnan Province, and beyond. Furthermore, companies operating metal mines are also included. Additionally, there are companies involved in sectors like electronics, healthcare, and biotechnology. Therefore, in the situation where various Zhangzhou-related companies are involved, it can be said that Zhangzhou-related businesses dominate the shares. In this context, while the current debt is reported to be around 4 trillion yen in Japanese yen, especially for publicly traded companies, if the Chinese stock prices decline, the value of assets held by Zhangzhou-related businesses may decrease, potentially leading to an increase in overall debt. Consequently, if stock prices decline, the debt exceeding may worsen, creating a reinforcing cycle of worsening conditions. However, this issue is not limited to just these aspects. For instance, consider a company currently valued at 1 billion yen being sold for debt repayment. In reality, whether a buyer willing to pay the same 1 billion yen would emerge is another issue. Given the current economic situation of China being in a downturn, buyers might demand a discount. In such a case, the actual valuation may not align with the current numerical assessment. While the seller wants to sell at the assessed value, the buyer scrutinizes the current situation, creating complexity. Therefore, the reported 4 trillion yen debt in Japanese yen is a highly fluid figure and may not accurately reflect the current situation. This is similar to cases where losses unexpectedly increased during Japan's bubble collapse in the past. Another issue is the corporate acquisition process. Typically, when a buyer sends experts to investigate the financial situation of a company, previously concealed issues may come to light. Thorough investigations can bring undisclosed problems to the surface, potentially leading to a further decrease in the company's value. In general, the actual situation rarely turns out better than officially announced, and if anything is found, it often tends to be worse than the disclosed numbers. In other words, if there is said to be a debt exceeding 4 trillion yen in Japanese yen, I believe it is not a straightforward matter. In such situations, the actual negative impact is usually more significant than usual, and this is common not only in China but in many other countries as well. Therefore, there is a possibility that the situation in China is deteriorating further, and it will be interesting to see how this figure evolves in the future. Moreover, given the scale of this bankruptcy, the duration of the proceedings is also questionable. Perhaps, during the creation of the asset inventory, the value of assets may fluctuate, making information gathering more challenging. Ultimately, dealing with such massive economic entities is extremely difficult. The proceedings take time, and those who have invested are anxiously waiting to see how much they will recover. That concludes our discussion for this time. Until next time.